You will note the camera is now rolling and we are live. So on that note, we're going to dive right into our new unit and today's lesson. Today we're starting our unit on the war in Vietnam. This is admittedly a fascinating era of American history. And so just to start things off, I want to see what you guys know and what you guys want to know more about in the war in Vietnam. So can I get 2 volunteers who would like to write on the board? Yeah? Yeah. Good. All right.
You're going down.
This is a competition, by the way.
What? It is?
No, it's not. All right. So, can I just get you to raise your hand and share with the class either what you know about Vietnam or what you want to know more about? So just throw them out there. You really can't be wrong right now. You do not need to write this down. This is more just discussion. I want to see what you guys know.
My grandpa was in it.
Your grandpa fought in Vietnam.
It was probably in Vietnam.
Yeah, put that up there.
Go ahead, Zach.
Oh, God.
It's right there.
I could be a teacher. What else do we know?
Stop.
Do we know where Vietnam is?
It's
Emily, you're not even in it.
Really?
Yeah. It goes to like Zaya's like.
Do we know who won Vietnam?
Nobody.
Nobody. Why?
Wasn't they just all like give up? Oh, it's still going on.
No, not.
Well, that's Korea.
No, it's not.
North and South Korea.
Do we know who we were fighting in the war in Vietnam?
Vietnamese.
So we were fighting Vietnamese. Good job, Leonard. I like that. You got the gold medal on camera. I hope that was on camera. Do we know who was in charge of America? Who was the president at the time?
Kennedy died. Who was after Kennedy?
Stick to your own side.
That's what he just said.
I'm not supposed to.
Yeah.
Oh, such bad. I just want to try.
Why do all those things?
Do we know why we got involved in Vietnam?
Oil.
Was it?
Like Vietnamese. We didn't like Vietnamese people? Possibly a reason, hopefully not the reason. Was it because of communism? Was it because of communism? Probably. Communism is bad.
Communism equals terrorism.
Is there anything else we know about Vietnam? Really good news?
What do?
Noodles?
Why not?
Wasn't there like a thing where like they wouldn't ever surrender or something like that? And there was this dude that was like stuck in
The kamikaze pilot?
Oh, was that Japan? Okay, never mind. I remember that.
Okay, so there's a nice little background knowledge.
Lieutenant Dan.
Lieutenant Dan, what do we want to know more about Vietnam? Like, what are you guys interested to learn about this?
What happened?
What happened? That's a great...
The war in Vietnam.
Just all of it.
Who shot Bubba?
Who shot Bubba?
Who's Bubba?
Who's Bubba?
Forrest Gump.
Yes, I saw Forrest Gump.
Oh wait, that's not serious.
Bubba? Who shot Bubba? Put it up there. We won't find out, unfortunately.
Yeah.
What else do we want to know?
Alright, process everyone.
Thank you, Zach.
Oh, top of it.
Do you want to know if we won?
Yeah.
But I thought I already answered
I
that.
have an idea that we did.
Yeah, it's a big question, one that we'll be looking at a lot.
Yeah, we win everything.
America. Yeah. Okay, no, this is good. Thank you.
Way long.
Because that's actually a great way to segue. So you can sit down. Thank you very much.
Good job, Josh.
That's a great segue to one question that we're going to be trying to answer a lot, which is who won Vietnam? Who lost Vietnam? There's another question that's completely, even more difficult to answer, because the question is, did we lose Vietnam or did they win Vietnam? Because they're not exactly the same thing. Sorry, what?
Hey, whoever did that, don't do that.
What?
What?
Then we send our troops in just to like clear out the ground. We couldn't do it, so we just pulled out and left.
That's one way to look at it for sure.
The Vietnam Communists today.
That's one thing we'll talk about. We'll talk about a lot of what's going on in Vietnam. But anyway, our learning targets for the day is hopefully by the end of the period, you will be able to explain why the French left Vietnam, and you'll be able to explain the effect that geography had on France leaving Vietnam. Our other learning target is hopefully we'll talk about the events that led to America becoming more involved in Vietnam. Because Vietnam is a big deal. It lasted a long time, and it's rather difficult to study. So we're going to be breaking it up. This first little segment of it is just looking at why did we get involved? What caused us to get so involved in Vietnam? And so on that note, we're going to dive right into our lecture. I have some guided notes for you. So once again, with these guided notes, I ask that because there should be less writing, I want questions. I want you guys to let me know what's confusing you. I want you to, ask questions and figure stuff out.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Some of them have holes in them, some of them do not. The whole printer sucks. And I think I broke it. What? I think I don't know. There. You have ice cream too? You eat your
I have blue.
Megan, just eat it.
Why would you buy this teeny little thing? Like,
How did I have a fat
What?
I saw someone like it.
Yeah, they have emotions. Doesn't look very much. That's so weird. I have a little bomb. Everyone has a little bomb. I have a dab bomb. Kind of.
Bang your eyes up here. So, just a brief history about Vietnam, because in reality we could talk about this for hours. But I'm going to give you a quick breakdown to give you an idea of what's going on. So, Vietnam had been a French colony for the past 100 or so years. What do you guys know about French or about colonies? Like I'm sure you've talked about them in previous classes. America was a colony once. Were we happy about that?
Yes.
Yeah, the Vietnamese were not too happy.
Why was America not happy about being a colony?
Because we weren't connected. We were oppressed.
We were oppressed?
Why would we not be happy about it?
What?
Isn't it like a country or like a...
We did not like not having a say in the government. It is the exact same thing in Vietnam. These people have no control over what's happening to them, and they're being abused. Typical to a colony-style economy. I think it's still recording. The Vietnamese are being exploited. The French are loving it because they're making money, and they don't really care what's happening to the Vietnamese so long as they're making their money. And so, right here, we're seeing this discontent. So, yeah, once again, I mean, think about, we can compare this in many ways to what happened in America. Here are these colonial people who don't like what's happening to them. They're being taken advantage of. They don't feel like they have a choice in the matter. And so what do? They decide to fight for their independence. This one right here, the Viet Minh, This one we're going to be looking at a lot. This is actually one of our vocab words that you'll definitely want to know.